Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Quagmire people.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Christy Kijarina. It's Wednesday, January 31. In Squiz Kids Today, an upside-down moon landing, a quagmire in Queensland, the 49ers furry friends, and a yellow mystery solved. That's what's making news, kid style.
The Lowdown.
If you were enjoying a sleep in and some time by the pool last week, you might have missed the big news story that Japan has become the 5th nation ever to land a spacecraft on the moon. Japan's moonlander aimed to make a pinpoint landing on our lunar neighbour, but things didn't go quite to plan when it touched down upside down. This meant that the solar panels that were meant to power it weren't facing the sun, and so the craft quickly ran out of charge. We've all been there, right? But it's not all doom and gloom. Before it was switched off, Japan's space agency, JAXA, was able to deploy the craft's payload. That's just the equipment that it was carrying, which included 2 lunar excursion vehicles. One of these is about the size of a tennis ball and partly designed by the people who make the Transformer toys. It can change shape to move around the moon's surface, and it was able to take a photo of the upside-down craft to send back to Earth. I stuck a link to the photo in the episode notes. So, while things didn't work out exactly as they'd hoped, the people at JAXA are picking themselves up, dusting that moon dust right off, and getting right back to work on their next mission. Speaking of dusting themselves off, the people of Queensland will be shaking the mud off themselves and will hopefully soon be able to start a cleanup as the heavy rains and flooding which arrived in the aftermath of Cyclone Kirrily caused widespread damage and the closure of many Queensland schools yesterday. Meanwhile, over in Western Australia, they're prepping for a heatwave later this week with temperatures set to soar to 41 degrees. Stay safe, people, and take a listen to the shortcut we released earlier this week all about cyclones, hurricanes, and typhoons if you want to learn more about this wild weather we're having lately and how to stay safe in it.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in San Francisco, California, where American football team, the San Francisco 49ers, are preparing for the Super Bowl, the biggest game of the year, against the Kansas City Chiefs next week. You've probably heard of the Chiefs, or at least one of their players, Travis Kelce, whose secret weapon this year seems to have been his girlfriend, Taylor Swift. But did you know the 49ers have a secret weapon too? And they're adorable. In the lead up to their qualifying game, in a bid to soothe some pre-game jitters, the team were visited by some special 4-legged friends for a dose of puppy therapy, courtesy of an animal rescue organisation. For a dose of canine cuteness, there's a link to video in your episode notes. Of course, the 49ers have used this strategy successfully before to calm their nerves and help the players relax before a big game. And if they need any tips on chasing the ball, I bet the puppies can help them with that too.
Animal Kingdom.
Speaking of puppies, remember Schnitzel von Krumm with the very low tum from the Harry McClary books? Now imagine Schnitzel in a paddock in the Australian outback mustering a muddled mob of sheep. Sounds weird, right? Well, that's exactly what sausage dogs, just like Schnitzel, have been doing. I've popped a link in your episode notes to prove it. Did you know that Dachshunds, which is the proper name for this breed of dog, were originally bred to hunt badgers? And so sheep mustering is something that comes quite naturally to them. But with the increase in popularity of shows like Muster Dogs and everyone's favourite working dog, Bluey, some breeders have noticed that the demand for these dogs is skyrocketing. Known for their energetic and curious nature, working dogs can be really wonderful companions. But one dog club president wants people to remember that Dachshunds can be stubborn and need to be around people, or they might become anxious and resort to destructive behaviour like digging up your yard. So do your research before pestering your parents for a dog, kids. And remember, good things come in small packages.
Weird science.
Scientists have known for a long time that poop is brown because of the colour of our digestive juices, old red blood cells, and all that lovely, friendly gut bacteria it carries in it. There's a link to an explainer video in the episode notes. Yep, you're welcome, teachers and parents. But up until recently, we didn't know how pee became yellow. And thanks to some clever scientists, now we do. So, let me break it down for you. It's all about chemistry and it's caused by, yup, you guessed it, those good gut bacteria. Wow, those guys really are working hard for us. Scientists have been able to identify one particular type of bacteria out of the 1,000 or so types that live in our gut that helps break down old red blood cells. And it's one of the chemicals that's left over afterwards called urobilin that makes pee yellow. That's a wee mystery solved. Yeah, that one definitely deserved the mum joke buzzer.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. What is the San Francisco 49ers' secret weapon in the lead up to the Super Bowl? Yeah, you know it. It's puppies. Question number 2. What is the proper name for a sausage dog? Great work, kids, if you said dachshund. Some people also say dachshund. Question number 3. The breakdown of what type of cells in our bodies releases the yellow chemical found in our pee. Nice remembering if you said red blood cells.
Shout outs.
It's January 31, National Hot Chocolate Day in the United States. And I'm calling for it to be a national day here too. And I won't stop drinking hot chocolates until I've achieved my goal. It's also a special day for these Squiz kids celebrating a birthday today. Jet from Tamworth, Sophia from Roos, Jaden from Forest Lake, Layla from Bustleton, and Layla from Nedlands. And a special reminder to the Squiz kids who celebrated a birthday over the summer holidays to check out the Bumper Holiday quiz episodes for their birthday shout-out. For those of you that missed the cutoff, we'll announce as many belated birthday shout-outs as we can this week. So with that said, happy belated birthday to Alex from Strathpine, Isla from Holland Park, Olivia from Willard, Mason from Graceville, Catherine from Hawthorne, Ellie from Kirkstall, Mox from Plumpton, Clara from Bathurst, Mattia from Taylor's Lakes, Fraser listening all the way over there in Singapore, and Henry listening all the way over there in Oxford, England. And a reminder, teachers, that classroom shoutouts will commence next week, so hop on to squizkids.com.au and get those shoutout requests in now. And don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want a shout out, or teachers for your classroom shout out, you can drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au, fill out the form on the website. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. Bryce will be back again with you tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.